Hi, I'm Nicholas Warwick. I'm here at the National Landlord Investment Show in Old Billingsgate in London. I'm very excited to be joined by Iqbal, who is one of my clients. I've been very fortunate to work with him lately. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Nick.
How are you getting on? Have you enjoyed it so far?
Oh, it's great. It's very interesting. Lots of exhibitors here. I've spoken to one or two, but yeah, it's been great. Bumped into a number of people as well.
It's nice to finally see people back, isn't it? And get out there and see what's going on. Now, we're working on your site in Ilford, in East London. There was a few problems creeping in at the end there that we came in and gave you a little hand, gentle point in the right direction. But you're a very experienced developer and investor, despite being extremely humble and one of the nicest people I've met.
That's very kind, Nick.
Genuinely, you are doing a great job, and it's amazing to see. And I'm glad that we're be able to help in our own little way. But can you tell us about your site for the guys back home?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what you're doing and what the site is.
Okay, we're developing 14 flats with 3 commercial units. I managed to get into a few problems until Nick joined us about a year ago now, and we've managed to get things back on track, and yeah, we're coming to completion in a few months. Fingers crossed.
Super exciting, isn't it? We've got a new build, so the site is 3 commercial units.
That's correct.
On Ilford High Street, flats above, and you'd built the first 5 flats, is that right? I always get the numbers wrong. Is it 5 at the front, 6 at the front?
6 in the front block.
Always get the numbers wrong. The three blocks we're doing,
Yes.
and the 6 at the front were done, although not signed off because there's no water or electric, well, it's temporary electric to them. But the back half was getting a bit sticky, wasn't it, with the current
correct.
developers, who actually, the construction firm, have really started to pull it out the bag now, and I think it was just a bit of circumstance where perhaps there was certain consultants in place that weren't doing what they should have been doing, it might be fair to say, and you weren't being directed, weren't being helped in the right way. So it's about bringing in the right professional team around you, and then reset and make it more efficient, bring the communication back. So we have weekly meetings. You and I jump on a call with the project management team for the day-to-day running of the business, seeing what's happened that week, don't we?
Absolutely. No, we tend to speak at least once, maybe twice a week.
Yep.
We have our weekly meetings. We also have the site meetings.
Indeed. Yeah, once a month we go down to site and have a full team meeting with all the guys on site.
Occasionally, if there's an important issue, we need to turn up on site. Once again, you're there just to help, just make sure everything's running smoothly, giving you expertise, your experience, and just I think it's been invaluable having you on board this project. We've been able to leverage on your experience, your knowledge, your skill set, and I think the problem is for someone who's building a reasonable site.
It's a pretty big site. I mean, how many square foot is it in total, would you say?
We're looking at about 15,000 square feet?
Yeah, 15,000 square feet, 14 apartments, and the back is 2 stories of new build.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Lightweight new build wooden structure. It is a significant site. You shouldn't downplay it so much. It is where you've got to on it is amazing.
That's fine. But I think it's invaluable. I think you really it's invaluable having someone who's actually done it before, repeating on a number of occasions, and I think who's credible as well, who delivers on what they tell you. And I think there's a lot of charlatans out there. I think what you see is what you get with Nick, and he really does deliver.
You're very sweet, thank you. I want to hug you now. No, it's been a real pleasure working with you. It's genuinely, I enjoy our time together. I only work with people that I like, and you know that.
I know.
And there's lots of people out there that I don't choose to work with. And unfortunately, this industry is like many others, where there are quite a few cowboys out there, aren't there?
For sure.
So I think it's important to do what you say you do.
I've got the scars to prove it.
Yeah, we all have. I started out, and I started propertyforum.com, took that over actually, and rebranded it and relaunched it to help people on that sort of level, to help people get going and with a bit of educational advice. And that's where I started the mentoring and like working with people like yourself, because I saw people struggling and thought there was an opportunity to create a win-win relationship there and leverage the team.
I think that's the key. As you said, it's a win-win situation. I think you've come in, you've helped get things back on track. I think you can identify issues before they arise. And I think that's key.
Yeah, sometimes spotting it.
And also the contacts you've developed over many years. I think you've brought them into the project to help just
team are unbelievable.
Yeah.
And you've got that for life as well. You've got the team there at your disposal, and we've set you off on a slight tweak. And all it is tweaking sometimes. But as you say, you're an experienced investor and developer. You've done brilliantly, amazingly well. And with this site, to take it on, what you've done is commendable. So
I think
make sure you know that.
A lot. I think it's been invaluable having you on board, and I think gives me confidence to go into bigger and better projects.
And we've started looking, it's a tough market at the moment, as we're finding.
It's
tight margins and everyone's fighting for the deals, aren't they?
Very much so, and I think the numbers at the moment don't seem to work on some of these sites, but
we've just got to find the right site. It is like a needle in a haystack. We will find it, and it's about putting, the effort in, the sourcing techniques. So now we're working on sourcing together, analysing deals every week. We jump on a Zoom, most weeks at the moment, trying to find.
I think
the
that's
next
once
one.
again. I think once your insight there is invaluable once again when we're actually looking and we're sourcing and we're looking at sites and your experience. There are times I've thought a deal looks great, and I think possibly that's the one, but you've identified issues which I hadn't foreseen.
Yeah, it's sometimes about finding the problem rather than looking at all the shiny bits. We don't want to find too many problems. We want to actually do a deal eventually, don't we?
You invest any money.
Yeah, quite. It's a property I learned actually from a young point in my career was wealth protection is probably as important, if not more important, than making the deals, because it only takes one deal to trip you up and to ruin your career, and that's tough. So I'm very careful with what I do. No one's perfect. We are constantly making mistakes in our own business at our level, but it's about and not just mistakes, but dealing with problems.
Yeah.
So we had problems with water ingress at your site over the last few weeks with the storm and everything, because the timber frame that was delayed by a month, because the steels got overspec'd by the engineer. Those had to be delivered. So another problem, So buildings throw stuff at you. Time frames, weather. Developing is about getting over a series of problems.
I think actually rightly, it's solving the problems.
Problem solving is the biggest skill.
I mean, obviously you want to foresee problems, but sometimes with the best will in the world, there'll be situations where you need to solve problems quickly. So once again, we're leveraging on your experience and knowledge and contact.
The team we're around, absolutely. It's been a pleasure chatting to you, sir. I absolutely love working with you. Looking forward to the next deal, provided we can find one. Hopefully we'll find one soon. Hopefully we'll find one soon. If you'd like to JV with us or work with us or invest alongside us, have a look at the details around this video. I'd love to work with you. If you've got a site that you don't know how to develop out, I'd love to come and give you guys a hand at home. And make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon, because I'm going to be posting a load more videos of the show and interviewing a few more people today to get some insightful property investment knowledge. So stay tuned, and I'll see you on another video very soon. Take care.